Hi, I'm Ross from Trove. Death, it's a sobering topic, I know, and something we don't talk about much. Most of us have lost someone near and dear to us, and some of you here may also have been involved in administering an estate, and therefore will know how lack of planning for end of life can cause huge stress. I was an executor of someone close to me recently. Stan was a planner. He had a will, but on his death, we only could find a copy. And without the original, legally, obviously, that ended up costing the estate an additional $5,000 in legal fees and took us another 2 months to close that estate. Of the 30,000 deaths in New Zealand every year, only 40% of people even have a will. And on average, it will take 50 hours for loved ones to finalise an estate. Our purpose is to provide a digital solution that reduces the end-of-life burden for loved ones. Trove is a modern-day treasure trove. It's a web app where people can store all of their personal information in one place, share that with trusted people when needed, and notify organisations of a death. Trove even has features that people can use at any stage of their life. Now, we surveyed and based our research on discussions with 750 people, and a massive 90% of those people said they would love a space where they could put all their information together, like Trove. They wanted a service that delivered benefits also that extended beyond their death. So during this research, 2 roles were identified: a planner, a person who's organising their own end-of-life information, and an administrator, a trusted person who will tidy up things for others after they die. From our learning, we developed this prototype. And as you can see, the planner can securely enter information into a range of sections. They may load a copy of their will and its location. They may load their government numbers, their driver's license, etc., or just store something very personal, maybe a photo that's important to them. In Stan's case, we could have known where his original will was. After a planner dies, a trusted person will have access to the information in the Trove and be able to take action. For example, they can send death notifications to relevant organisations with the click of a button. Now, organisations have told us that they'll get value from such notifications. With the right information at the right time, they can close down accounts in a very customer-friendly way and save themselves time and money. Following on from our prototype, last Friday, we launched the first live version of Trove, our MVP, or minimal viable product. We've already had over 100 people who started using this cut-down version of Trove, and we encourage you all here to do that as well. So why now? Yes, wills are important, but they actually don't cover everything that's required for end of life, especially digital assets. People also shared for us that they actually wanted more control of their information, especially even actually after the grave. But most importantly, they said they wanted to make things easier for their loved ones. Trove can do all of this in a new and innovative way. Now, there are 2 million people in New Zealand aged 45 and over. These people have accumulated a lifetime of assets and relationships. They've also likely lost someone dear to them. So therefore, they should understand the need to be organised for the inevitable. This is our initial target market. They're our planners. We encourage them to nominate 1 or more trusted people and give access to their Trove when they die. You can be both a planner and someone's trusted person in your Trove as well. Now, how will we grow users? Working with the DIA, we will add value to those that visit their end-of-life website. We'll partner with memorial sites. Inland Revenue, Public Trust, Spark, and other large corporates are currently working to formalise agreements with us. Insurance, banking, and legal industries offer massive potential to onboard new users, and we'll obviously use social media as well. Now, the main competitor in this space is inaction. People like us just not bothering to plan at all. The organised amongst you may actually have a spreadsheet or a biscuit tin at home with all this information stored and hope that it may be available when you die. But these aren't really accessible to those who need to know when they need to know. And they don't have automated reminders like my Trove. Nothing happens with that information on death. Now, we want my Trove to be accessible to all. There'll be a free section, so there's no reason why you can't have your Trove. And in there, you'll be able to store a copy of your will, if you've got one, your final funeral wishes, and also delegate to your trusted people. The premium version stores virtually any information you want to put in there. And this can be customized to suit the owner for only $20 per year. Now, we've also identified over 1,000 organizations, and we've surveyed 40 of them, and that basically they said they would definitely benefit from this sort of information. And 5 leading private sector businesses have already expressed interest in partnership advertising on this platform. Now, as a business, our target is to reach 5 million annual recurring revenue within 3 years. That represents approximately 10% of what we see as the total addressable market in New Zealand. And obviously, longer term, internationally, we see this as a $1 billion opportunity. We haven't got a monopoly on death in New Zealand. Now, we have the team to make this happen. I've had a long corporate career, and I've been working in the area of personal information management for almost 10 years. Sue, who has a passion for helping the bereaved, has also been the founder of a memory tree and notice match. And Joe is an advisor with DIA and is our link to government. So our ask. So if there's any investors in the room, we're looking to raise $500,000 to get the service fully operational, and are already in active negotiations with both public and private sector organisations in that regard. Now, for agencies and companies in the room, please engage with us in the drinks after this. There's many ways we can add value. But lastly, to everyone here, please go to our website and sign up for our MVP. For just $5, you'll be the first to experience the new features as we release them to market in the Trove. And remember, Stan, and start getting control of your information, not only for yourself, but for your loved ones. We are Team My Trove. Thank you.